What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, by popular request, we're going to be doing a yoga routine for sleep, or a restorative yoga style, which is a style of yoga that is called Yin Yoga. If you're not familiar with this type of practice, it's a practice where we hold poses for longer than we usually do in a normal yoga class. That can be 2, 3, even sometimes 5 minutes. This class is going to be a little bit in the longer end, so if you are short in time and if you just want to get 5 to 10 minutes before bed, you can either watch the entire video and see which poses resonates the most for you and just hold those positions. The reason I'm not making this a short video is because, as I said, we're going to be holding for 3 to 5 minutes each pose, so if I make it 5 minutes, it's only going to be one single pose. The purpose of Yin Yoga, the main one that I can see, it is relaxing the mind and calming the entire nervous system. There are 3 tenets or 3 pillars for a Yin Yoga practice that I want you guys to keep in mind as we go through the practice. The first one, it is finding your edge in a pose. And your edge, especially in Yin Yoga, it is not a position that you're uncomfortably, because that's going to send pain signals to your body. It's going to contract and you're not going to be able to relax. So the first step is finding that edge where it's slightly uncomfortable, where you feel the light stretch, but then you allow your body to open up, and then you might be able to get deeper, but do not force any of the movements. That is the first one, finding your edge. The second one would be finding a stillness in that edge, in that position. Again, in order to find stillness, we need to find a comfortable edge, so make sure you're not going too deep, way too fast. And the third pillar would be holding that position for 3 to 5 minutes. So we find our edge in a pose, then we find stillness in the pose, and then we hold that position for 3 to 5 minutes. You might need a couple of props to make this class effective for you. A wall will be recommended, since we're going to be using to put our legs there and just relax into the pose. A couple of blocks to modify many of the positions. I got a bluster with me. Any pillow or any blankets that you can just stack together, especially if you're very tight, let's say on a forward fold. You can only get up to here. You might want to have something to elevate your sit bones, as well as something here that you can really relax into the stretch, so we can get a true relaxing night of sleep. Besides that, this class, I would make it for all levels, so I'm going to give you modifications for all of the poses. Again, just go as deep as your body is telling you to go in that moment. We're not going to be doing a hard warm-up, so if you are cold, even though if you're doing this at night, you should be pretty open throughout the day. But if you need a couple of light warm-up before doing this, or maybe you're doing this midday, not before bed, make sure to do that, because we're going to be jumping right away into static holds. But again, if you are aware of your body and if you don't go to your maximum edge right away, your body is going to slowly open up. And finally, I want to mention that the main purpose of the Yin Yoga, besides calming the body and calming the mind, is actually stretching the myofascial network of our body, which you can imagine your fascia as a band of connective tissue that basically is made mostly out of collagen. I mean, you don't have to remember this. It's basically something, imagine like a network that surrounds your entire body. And for that to be a stretch, you want to be really relaxing into those positions and really allowing that fascia network as well as your muscles to open up. But with that being said, I will see you in your mat. Alright guys, we're going to begin in a kneeling position. You can face the front of your mat or your bed, wherever you're doing this. Just going to face you guys so you can see what I'm doing here. So I want you to plantar flex your foot. So basically the soles of your feet are facing up. Stretch the top part of your feet. If that's uncomfortable for you, you can place a blanket beneath either your kneecap or beneath your the top of your foot. Again, you want to make these positions as comfortable as you possibly can. Do whatever you need to do to make that happen. So begin on a kneeling position. Inhale and get your spine very tall. Place your hands in your lap and your thumbs to touch together, and allow your eyes to close. Begin to bring your attention inwards and scan your body from your feet Feel your heels touching the back of your thighs. Go up towards your knees, your hips, your core. Try to soften as you go up, your chest. Move your shoulders up and back, roll them up and back, and relax them there. Allow them to naturally fall in its natural place. Go up towards the throat. Relax the muscles of your jaw, your eyes. Feel the crown of the head lifting towards the sky. And bring your attention to your breathing. Whatever you feel today, or whatever you feel on this pose right now, simply allow it to be. Do not judge the position that you are into. Do not judge any discomfort that you may have. Simply adjust the pose, or maybe stay there a little longer. It might have something to teach you. Create length through your spine, being relaxed but active in the pose. Keeping your eyes closed, bring your hands to Anjali Mudra or your hands to your heart center. Press them firmly, one towards another, creating an energy field in the center of your heart. Try to make each inhalation and each exhalation as long as possible throughout the entire practice. Feel free to use Ujjayi breath throughout the practice, or simply observe your breath. I invite you to set up an intention for this practice, whether it's letting go of anything or simply being present, something that you want to resolve, or simply being here. Use that intention as your anchor to know why you're stepping here in your mat or in your bed today. Slowly blink open your eyes. Bring the right arm across your body behind, right tricep stretch. And I grab the left hand. You're gonna place it on top of your elbow to the outside part. Take a deep inhale, create length through the spine, and exhale, side bend towards the left. Stretching the right side body, only as far as you can go, and breathe in there. Try to create extension through the body without sinking in. And then on the next exhale, release your left arm towards the mat. Inhale there and exhale a little bit deeper. You can be on your fingertips or in your palms. Try to raise the right side body without compressing to the left, but creating length through the spine. Slowly release the right arm. Go to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, twist. Walk the left hand back as much as you can. Keep lifting your chest and hold there. On your inhale, go back to center. Exhale there. Inhale your left arm overhead. Exhale there. Bring your right hand to the back of your elbow. On the next inhale, raise your chest. And on the next exhale, side bend towards the right. Feeling the stretch on the left side body. Deepen your breath as much as you can. And without judging it, simply observe. On the next exhale, release the right hand. Release the left arm and place it on the outside of your right knee. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, twist. You're allowed to walk the right hand as far back as you want to. If you have a wall behind, you can assist yourself. Again, only go as deep as your body's telling you to go. Inhale back to center. I'm gonna face the front of the mat. You can stay there. Place both hands behind your head. You can take a deep inhale, expand the chest, send the shoulders and the elbows back. Retract your scapula to open through the chest. Now exhale, round, bring those elbows together to touch. If they don't touch, that's totally fine. Simply round your spine as much as possible. Then inhale, open up. Exhale, round. Inhale, open up. Exhale, neutral spine. Relax your hands to the mat. Rotate the fingers so they face back. And begin walking your fingers back as much as you can. If this is all that you can do, that's totally fine. And if you have any pain either on your kneecap or right here, you can place a blanket. Remember that and make it as comfortable as possible. Now on the next inhale, lift your chest. Bring your shoulders back and down together. Open through the chest and hold here. If you're a little bit more on the flexible side and you want to go a little bit deeper, you can begin lowering the palms. And begin lowering to your forearms. Again, only go as deep as you can go. If that's your hands, that's totally fine. If that's your forearms, that's totally fine. If it's more comfortable to you also, you can open your knees and your feet as well to create more space to go lower. We're going to be holding here for about 2 minutes. So again, find your edge where that is right here. I'm going to go a little bit deeper for me. You can lower your forearms completely for full hero pose. Stretching those hip flexors, those quads, and your entire anterior part of your body. You can place a bolster or a pillow right beneath your head. And another modification that I can give you before we go into stillness is placing a block right beneath your sit bones. This will make the stretch for some people harder, for some people easier. Sneak that block in there as best as you can and just relax into the stretch. You can either soft gaze towards your nose, or you can simply allow your eyes to close. If you find that you went too deep, not be scared to go back and find a position that you can relax, that you can observe without any type of pain or discomfort. Allow your thoughts to flow through you, by you, without getting identified with them. And use your breath as an anchor to come back to your body and to come back to the present moment. Do your best to make each inhalation longer and each exhalation even longer than the inhalation. And if you find it difficult to breathe in this pose, it may mean that you need to back off a little bit. That way you allow your breath to flow naturally. Slowly begin to open your eyes, if they are not open already, and slowly make your way out of your pose, whichever that may look like. As slow as you went into the pose, as slow you want to get out of the pose. Remove any props that you have. Now, keep the knees wide, or bring them wide if you have them closed. Bring the toes to touch, the big toes to touch. Take a deep inhale. Arch your back, create a little bit of extension on the thoracic and lumbar spine. Begin walking your hands forward with that extension. on your back. Once you create deep extension, take a deep inhale there and exhale, round forward without compressing, but looking for length in your spine. Relax your forehead. Again, you can place anything beneath you so you can relax and find your child's pose, creating length through the spine as much as you can. And once you're settled, settle in the pose. Make any micro adjustments that you like to do before finding stillness and before holding the pose. These do not mean that once you get to the pose, you cannot move at all, but the magic of this practice comes from true stillness. So you might move a little bit, you might do some adjustments, but I would encourage you to observe those little discomforts. If it's a major discomfort, I'd encourage you to fix it. But if it's minor discomforts, I allow you to, or invite you to stay there and observe how your mind and your body reacts. If you look mindfully and consciously, it'll go away at some point. We're gonna be here for about 1.5 minutes more. Let's take a collective breath on this pose. So take a deep inhale whenever you can. Now exhale out through the mouth. Another inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Slowly bring your head up. Stay where you are and bring your hands towards the left as much as you can, and push your right side body towards the right, and then release your forehead. I'm gonna be here for about 2 to 3 breaths, so 30 seconds at most. Breathe through your right side body, and once again create length through your entire spine. The next inhale, walk your hands to the center, and then towards the right. And whenever you're settled, whenever you find your depth and your edge, relax your head. Slowly, mindfully come back to center, and slowly begin to walk your hands towards you. Bring your knees together to touch. Now shift the weight forward, bring your hips on top of your knees, plant your hands in front of you. Walk your knees slightly back. We're going to thread the right arm across for a shoulder stretch, and you're going to walk the left hand forward slowly with control, and at the same time you're sliding the right arm. And you can either, for a deeper stretch, you can go forward, or for a more relaxing stretch, you can send the hips back and keep threading the needle to find that stretch for your body. And whenever you're settled, just relax your forehead into the mat or your bed. Again, I want to make a maybe last emphasis on it doesn't matter how the pose looks or how many props you're using to feel comfortable in the position. This is a practice to relax more than it is to gain flexibility or any major goal that we want to achieve. It is about letting go. It's not about achieving anything. Slowly come back up. Leave the left arm where they are. Place the right hand in a tabletop position and thread the needle to the other side towards the right this time, and begin walking the right hand forward. At the same time you keep sliding, you keep sending the chest down, and whenever you feel the stretch on both shoulders, this one overhead, this one abducted horizontally, you can relax your forehead. Slowly begin to make your way out of the posture. Bring both hands to shoulder width. We're going to move on into Pigeon Pose. I'm going to give you a comfortable modification. Again, Pigeon Pose is a position that if you really have tight hips, it may be way too intense, but if you place a couple pillows where I'm going to tell you to place them, then it should be comfortably uncomfortable, like I like to say. So you're going to place there a couple of pillows, a blanket, or anything to elevate. A couple of blocks works as well, but I like a soft surface so I can place my leg into. You're gonna put the knee and the entire thigh. We're working with the left leg first. Try to create a 90-degree angle with your leg and flex the foot to protect the knee. It doesn't have to be completely 90-degree angle. That's totally fine, but do your best to be there. And begin walking the knee back using your toes, trying to keep a line between your knees and your ankle so you're not twisting towards the left, you're not twisting towards the side, your hips are as square as possible, and begin to settle into the pose as much as you can. You can either be here with a couple of blocks and just work in this position right here. I know it might not be the most comfortable thing to do, but if this is all you can do in your flexibility journey, that's totally fine. Work with that. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can also place a couple of blocks, even on the highest height of the block, so you can create length with the inhale and then relax into the position. Or if you're more on the flexible side, you can relax completely, find your edge, and then find stillness. We're going to be here for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side. So feel comfortable both with your body and with your mind. Sometimes we're comfortable in our body, but we simply do not want to stay still, and that's totally normal. That's why we do this practice for. Try to observe those thoughts, though that monkey mind that prevent us from sleeping, by the way. And allow things to be, whatever they may be. Bring your attention back to your breathing, to the sensations of your body, without judging them, simply accepting them. Feel free to close your eyes. And as your body begins to open up, you can begin to deepen the posture, maybe reduce a couple of blocks. You can also use your back toes to curl under, then send the hips back, create a little bit more length in your body, then settle the knee back down, untuck your toes, and that create a little bit more length in your spine and in your hips. Feel free to slide the block towards you and find a stillness in your place. We're going to be here for about 2 more minutes. Observe your mind. What happens when I say 2 minutes? Does it go crazy and it wants to get out of the pose? Maybe it gets out of the pose, and that's totally fine. Allow yourself to do that. Allow yourself to come back. Allow yourself to adjust the pose as much as you need to. Sometimes we think that we find our edge, but then that edge becomes way too intense. It's totally okay to back off and find that edge one more time, then find stillness one more time, then relax into the pose. 1 more minute in here. Last 2 breaths. Make them as deep as you can. Feel your diaphragm expanding. Then pull your belly button towards your spine. On the next inhale, begin to make your way out of the pose. As slow, as controlled as possible. Untuck your toes behind your back leg. Bring the knee forward. And do whatever you need to do to get out of your pigeon pose. Plant your hands to bring the left leg back. Now go towards the right. Again, find your edge, whichever props you need to have. Ideally the same as the other side. Bring the back knee back. Inhale, lift your chest and slowly begin to lower down, whether that is in your hands, in your forearms, or placing your forehead in the mat. Notice any difference between your left and right side, and watch if you are judging it. And if you are, do not judge that. Do not judge the fact that we judge, because we do it. And we tend to be hard with ourselves, at least most of us. And that's fine. As long as we're conscious about it and we do our very best to let it go. Not because it's bad, but because in the long run, it doesn't really serve us. Whenever your body is ready to open up a little more, you can get deeper into your pose, or not. And also, every time that you want to go deeper, watch your mind and observe what is leading you there. You said you just want to get deeper because you want to get deeper, or because you want the pose to look better, or is truly your body asking you for a deeper stretch? Once again, no judgment if it's the first option that I mentioned. That happens. Once again, as long as we're conscious and we're mindful about it, there is nothing wrong with that. It's another thought, it's another feeling, it's another moment which lives in the past. Allow your eyes to close. One more minute in here. one last collective breath. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, exhale. The next inhale, bring yourself up and out of the pose. Remove any props that you may have underneath, in front, or behind you. Now, lean towards your right leg and spin the left leg to the front of your mat, or whichever place you are doing this. Do a little shake to your legs, maybe little palms as well. I'm gonna start with a seated forward fold or seated postures now. I want you to, if you cannot sit on a comfortable 90-degree angle on this position, I would encourage you, and I'm actually going to do this modification myself, place it beneath your sit bones. So elevate a little bit, and then once we fall, place as much as you need to put in here in order to be comfortable. If that's right here with 3 or 4 blocks, or maybe a block on the highest end, that's totally fine. What I want you guys to look for in this pose is create a deep length through the spine. So even if you are right here, mentally, that is the most elongated position that you can do. So not rounding back, and if you're rounding way too back, that means that you need to elevate a little bit more your sit bones, and that's totally fine. So whenever you, actually, I'm gonna place this in front of me. Whenever you know where to go, we're gonna find our edge. So inhale, lift your chest as much as you can. Exhale, keeping your back as flat as possible. Anteriorly tilt your pelvis, sending the hips back. Flex your foot to involve a little bit more on the calf. Then on the exhalation, round forward. And then place anything that you need to place in front of you. And allow your palms to either face down for a more grounding pose, or to face up for a more receiving pose. I'm gonna be here for 3 to 5 minutes, so get comfortable and observe. If you feel way too much tension on your calf, you're allowed to slight plantar flexion to not involve so much of the calf. If you feel it too much on the hamstrings, you can also place a plaster, I don't know how to pronounce this, or a pillow beneath your knees. That will reduce a little bit the hamstrings in the equation. Once again, do any final adjustments before you settle into stillness. Allow your eyes to close and feel. As you want to go deeper, I want you to do it with micro movement. So in a regular class, we will inhale, halfway lift, and then fall. You want to do a micro movement. Let's say that you're here. The next inhale, raise your chest slightly higher. The next exhale, fall tiny bit deeper, not too much. Don't go crazy. And then just relax into the pose. 2 more minutes in here. Allow your shoulders to drop, to round your spine. Separate your shoulder blades away from each other. Do your best to relax your neck and all the little muscles of your face. And of course your hamstrings. Slowly begin to make your way out of the pose. Remove any props that you may have. I'm gonna go into butterfly. So bring both of the soles of the feet together towards you, as close as you possibly can. Again, if you were elevating your sit bones on forward fold, you can elevate it right here as well to make it comfortable to go forward. So take a deep inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold, keeping your back as flat as possible. Begin walking your hands forward. Maybe this is all that you get towards it. So the best modification would be to place a couple of blocks in whichever position. Make sure it's safe, that you can relax. And again, for some people might be here, for some people might be here. Open your palms to receive and relax into the pose. Again, 3 to 5 minutes, opening up those hips. So if you've never done Yin Yoga before, this might be quite a challenge, even more so than a regular class. And it's because we are not used to, and I wouldn't say we are not designed, because we actually are, but we're not used to spending time, 5 minutes, even sitting in meditation, let alone sitting in a uncomfortable position. So simply do your best and do not judge if this is the first time that you do it. The first time that I did it, as you guys know, I am a very hyperactive person, so it's super hard for me to relax. And first time that I did it, I was like, this is not for me. But then the second and the third time I realized that this is actually for me, because they say that we avoid the things that we need the most. And this is a great example that if you cannot truly be in 1 minute in an comfortable pose, that might mean that you need to spend some time in here, or maybe it's not for you. It all depends, only you know. 2 more minutes in here. Create more length through the spine. Exhale, fold. Adjust your position as you need to. Find your edge one more time. Find stillness one more time. And let's relax as much as we can. Three more long, deep breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose as well. Inhale. Exhale. And at your own pace, last inhale and last exhale. On your next inhale, slowly begin to make your way out. You're gonna keep the butterfly position. If you want a little break, you can bring those knees together, maybe rock them side to side. We're gonna get back to butterfly and keep opening those abductors. Maybe some emotions may come out. They say that hips do not lie. So if any emotion comes out, just allow it to be. So we're going to be using the highest end of the block and the mid height of the block. So highest height and mid height. We're going to place this one on our upper back and this one in our head. Books might not work in here, but you might simply place a pillow on your head and a couple pillows right here, whichever position you feel comfortable. This will create some thoracic extension, which if you have a desk job, this is the best thing that you can do at night. So you're gonna place a block right at the beginning of your upper thoracic spine, so beginning of your upper back, and then adjust the other block as you need to, and allow your knees to drop. Make any adjustment that you need to do, so you can relax into the pose, either palms down to ground or palms up to receive. If this is too intense on your hips, you can place two more blocks right here, or two pillows right here, or you can even slide the feet forward for a more of a diagonal diamond shape with your legs. And also you can place your hands right beneath the beginning of your abductors, so you can relax a little more into the stretch. I'm gonna be here for only 2 or 3 minutes only. That's a little bit short for what we've been doing, but still a long holding pose. Allow your eyes to close. Make any last modifications you need to do before you settle, before you allow yourself to be, to feel, once again to observe. We tend to get carried over by our thoughts more often than not, which leads to emotions that we get carried over by and made us act in ways that sometimes we don't mean to. We harm others and we harm ourselves because our inability of not being carried over by our emotions and our inability to lead with our true essence. And once again, this might have sound judgmental, but it is not. It happens to me every single day. It happens to all of us. We just gotta acknowledge that and do our very best to quiet the mind so our body and our soul can speak through us. Come back to your breathing. Scan your body one more time. Maybe you're tensing a little bit your legs, your torso, your core. Try to relax as much as you can. Feel the gravity pulling you down into the earth, connecting you to the center of the earth and to everyone and everything that's in this world. "30 more seconds in here. Make any final adjustments, or simply remain where you are. Embrace it fully. Slowly begin to open your eyes and begin to make your way out of the pose. Remove anything that you have around you, behind you, or somewhere close to you. Relax back, keeping your legs in a diamond position. Now bring them close together and bring your feet to the outside, the corners of your mat. And allow your spine to neutralize there. A couple breaths in here. Observe any subtle difference within your body and within your mind. Allow your knees to slightly open. Stack them right on top of your feet. Now, windshield wipers towards the left. Windshield wiper towards the right. Left. Right. Moving with your breath. Left. And right. we're gonna move to the wall for our last stretch before some twisting. We're gonna put the legs on top of the wall and then allow them to open. You can place a pillow beneath your lumbar spine to create a little bit of that natural lordosis that we have on the lumbar spine. If you tend to have back pain, this might help you. But again, for some people, it might not be the most comfortable position. So set it up, again, in the most artistic and fancy way you can get into the pose. Get your sit bones as close to the wall as possible. Begin to bring your feet up. Get your sit bone to slide down off the pillow, ideally. So you can relax right here, getting this natural curvature. You can again place one pillow right here. Find any position that you like. Let's hold 3 breaths with our legs together, then we're gonna open. You can open your arms to the side and breathe. You can close your eyes or keep a slight, soft gaze to your toes, to your knees, wherever it feels comfortable. Slowly and mindfully begin to open the left leg and the right, left, right, in as many steps as you need to get to a place where you are comfortable. And just relaxing there. Maybe assist with your hands to go a little bit deeper. Find your edge. Then you can use your hands to support your legs. You can also place a block beneath. You might get there. It might work. It might doesn't work. Or you can allow just gravity to do its work. I'm gonna be here for about 2 minutes as our final resting pose before our twisting and our meditation in Shavasana. Once again, notice any difference in your body. Experience the openness of both your body and your mind. See and observe how quieter your mind have gotten. And if it didn't, we'll have another chance to practice and to let go. Quieting our mind is not truly possible, at least on this dimension. So what we want to do is simply observe. And yes, things get quieter as we move and as we practice and as we meditate. And we might get to a state of bliss, but we're always going to have thoughts running around our head. Sometimes they are a lot, sometimes they are a single thought. Whether it's an avalanche of thoughts or a single pointed, focused thought, do your best to observe it. Do not try to change it. Do not complain about your thoughts. Do not do anything, but simply observe. Two more breaths in here. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Out of the mouth. Begin to make your way out. As slow as you possibly can. Remove anything that you have on your way. And let's lay down on our backs in our mat. Adjust yourself as you need to. We're gonna do a final twist before our final relaxation. So bring the right knee towards your chest extend the left leg, so create length also through the spine. The crown of the head is pulling to the back of the room. And then on the next exhale, twist towards the left with the right arm extended towards the right, and look at your right thumb. You can place a little fist below your knee so you can relax, or also a block. You're just gonna be here for 3 long, deep breaths. On your next inhale, bring the knee towards your chest. Extend the right leg, bring the left knee towards you. Hug it into your chest at the same time. Bring the right foot to the front of the mat. And imagine the crown of your head pulling you back as your feet drive forward. So you create a line of energy through your entire body. And on the next exhale, twist towards the right. Allow to put any props right here for a deeper twist. And you can extend your arms, or you can create a 90-degree angle. And gaze softly, or close your eyes. Slowly bring back your knee to center. Extend the leg. A little shake to your legs. Bring both knees towards you. Give yourself a hug. Feel proud to making it this far. And if you're only doing a portion of the practice, that's totally fine. Maybe you're just starting out, or maybe you only had that little bit of time. And if you made it to the 50, 60 minutes of this class, congratulations. It's not an easy task to do. Slowly open your legs, your knees, grab the outer edges of your feet, and bring it for happy baby. Opening your hips a tiny bit more. Press with your palms, the sole of your feet down towards the earth. And maybe rock side to side. Allow yourself to do any type of movements that you'd like to do, and simply observe that and feel that. Use your hands to bring the sole of your feet together and allow them to slowly lower down, and bring both feet to the corners of your mat or your bed, and allow your arms to rest. Scan your body for the last time today. Feel your body feeling long and heavy, and allow gravity to do its work. Once you're settled, release any type of control on your body, on your breath. Relax your tongue, your lips. Allow them to slightly open. For the last 2 minutes of the session, allow yourself to be here. If you're doing this at the end of the day, remind yourself that there is nothing else to do, that whatever you did today is enough. There is always a new day tomorrow. And whatever mistake was made today is not truly a mistake, but a lesson in disguise. Allow yourself to feel proud for any act of kindness that you might have done today, or any minor or major achievement in your life. And if you feel like you didn't get anything, be proud for a milestone that you might have gotten today. We tend to see how far we need to go, and also all the things that we missed today, instead of realizing how far we've come and all the things that we experienced today. Do your best to stay with that and let everything else go away. Keeping your eyes closed, roll to either side of your mat into a fetus position. Stay here for a moment. Feel your true nature and your true essence of who you are. From the moment that you were born to the moment that you are doing this practice today, your essence remains intact. Use your hands to push yourself up into a seated position, keeping your eyes closed if you can. Get into a comfortable seat, whatever that might be, and allow your hands to rest in your knees. Sit up as tall as you can without forcing it. And bring your attention back to your breathing. And let's take one last collective breath. Take a deep inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Bring both hands to your heart center. Recall your intention and the reason why you step in your mat today. Take a deep inhale, bring your thumbs to your third eye, and exhale, bow towards yourself, honor yourself. Slowly open your eyes. Thank you so much for practicing today with me. May all beings be happy and free. Namaste. So, there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoy this short, kind of long practice. Again, if you find it difficult to hold certain positions, that might be that you need to modify them a little bit more so you can stay longer on those positions. Again, this is a practice to not only open the body and calm the mind, but also to observe the mind. And once we observe the mind and once we allow things to flow through our mind and through our body, is when we're able to actually let go of those things, so we can get a restful night of sleep, or if you're doing this mid-afternoon maybe, to get a restful continuing of the day. That being said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment down below what else do you want to see on this channel. Make sure to check our yoga courses down below in the description. We have restorative, we have power yoga, and we have any style of yoga that might suit you. With that being said, I will see you all next week. Much love. Bum, 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 ba, 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 bum. I can go to sleep now.